Good afternoon. It is time to do our dailies. And today, I believe it is a Black Shard event. Village Islands. And that is where our dailies are going to be today, is there also. So first, let's get our extra candle if you have the season pass. And we will pick up our quests. Okay, why is it not picking them up? Okay, for some reason it is not picking up my quest today. Normally just bowing picks them up. Alright, so let's grab our candles. There was an update last night that could have something to do with it. Sometimes when there's updates, things happen. And get your rock boy, which mine is always over here unless I go through a gate. All right. And I am going to put my torch back on. All right, the dailies, let's see what we have today. We need to forge a candle, catch the light in the daylight prairie, meditate at butterfly fields, and relive a spirit's memory in the daylight prairie. Doesn't say which memory, so I guess we'll be able to do any of them. So let's go. I will look around first to make sure we don't have any event candles towards the back. And there is one of our candles right here. So that's 1 out of 4. There is number 2 right here. And now off to Butterfly Fields. Hello, welcome to my live. This is Sky Children of the Light. This is a free MMO and multi-platform game. Alright, first place I will check for the candle will be over here by this cave. Sometimes it's in front, sometimes it can be on top, but it is not. Another spot will be over here, and there is one there. So that is our third candle. And we will go ahead and grab the candles that are in here. Now our final candle could be anywhere. It could be on the sides over here by each of the entrances. Sometimes they'll have a candle right there. We'll grab these though. Sometimes they'll be on top of the caves. Sometimes they'll be up on top of there where that spirit is. And there's our light we need. Let's go ahead and grab that. Sometimes they'll put one inside of here, but I do not see it in there. Oh, someone is doing the... Looked like someone was doing the spirit. Sometimes they will do it up here. And that is the fourth one right there. All right. We might as well do this spirit here. Go out here to the farthest spot. They put the spirit all over the place. And I do not need that spirit, so I'm not going to collect that. All right. So we will go meditate now. And let's forge our candle. Now all we need to do is meditate and our quest will be done. And we will go do the Black Shard event, which is forward. The Village Islands is directly ahead, which is the area right before the temple, or where the temple is at. And today's question for the meditation is, what advice would you give a new player? My advice to new players is to watch YT videos. Watch tutorials of other players. Because this game, when you first start out, it's kind of hard to understand exactly what the premise of the game is and what you're supposed to be doing. And so that does help new players to sort of get a drift of what's going on with the game and how to maneuver it. So that is one suggestion I would have for new players, to sort of get to learn about the game. And if you did not have that spirit before, he would be right there and you could collect him. And we will go to the Village Islands now for the Black Shard. And as you see, today it is down here. Sometimes they have it up at the temple, up at the top, but it's on that island right there. So we will go over there and grab it. I'll get some clouds to get some of my wing light back. All right. Now, somebody else just burned all the darkness away. So all we had to do was collect the wax. So we're good. Now we have the Black Shard. So we can leave here and go back to Avery. All right, since our dailies were in the Daylight Prairie, today our daily candles will be in the Hidden Forest. How can I have so many Eden candles? Well, because I used to do Eden every single week, and I've purchased all the wing lights that I could so far. So I do have quite a few Eden candles, and I go to Red Shard events. You also get Eden candles from doing Red Shard events. I have a few things that I need to purchase. like where I have to have 20 hearts to get a cape before I can open up the next wing light. So I do have some wing lights that I need to purchase, but I can't because I can't open up the next level because I don't have enough hearts. I think some of these spirits might be ones that, let's see if I can find one that I might have the second level needed. No. Oops. You can always look at these spirits, or you can look at them on the constellation in Avery to see which ones. I'm not sure which one I'm missing. That I have a couple that I need their capes for to get to the second level. I've already unlocked that one. If I could unlock them, I've already unlocked them. I guess it's not here on this world. Okay. So that is our first candle there. And when we get to the constellation, I'll show you after we gather our candles. I do have a few that I still need to purchase, but I have to get a lot more hearts because one cape's like 40 hearts. One cape you have to have 50 hearts. And then I'll be able to unlock the next wing light. So you do have to be careful in the hidden forest because it does rain and that will take your wing lights away. If you have an umbrella, then use your umbrella. I do not have one yet. I started to get one time, but I didn't get paid till the day after, so I wasn't able to get it during the spring when they had the sunflower umbrella. And I'm going to gather this wax along the way. Yep, there's some colored wax there. And there is no red candle in there. Sometimes there is, but there was not today. Also, gathering the wax helps you to get some of your energy back from the rain. So it's a good way to keep some of your energy while you're getting through the rainforest or the hidden forest. And that's Grandma's area right there. You have to have 8 spirits to go in there. Right now, I won't be going in there. I want to gather the wax in here first and check to see if if it is in there. So there is another spot for a candle in here besides under that covering there. So I'm going to see if it's in here first and gather the wax as we go. The spirit stuff tomorrow. I'm not sure which spirit is coming tomorrow. I purchase the stuff that I want, but if it's stuff I don't want, I don't purchase. So it just depends on what they offer or what comes. We'll wait and see. Depending on what spirit's coming. I know I'm trying to save what I can for the 9-colored deer, which is coming next month. There's our second candle right there. And that's why I checked this area first before going through Grandma's. And I will gather this darkness on the way back to Grandma's portal or gateway. I'm not even sure which spirit is coming tomorrow. I knew we'd be having one soon because it's been a little bit since the last one was here. All right, now back to Grandma's. We'll gather that wax. These will also help give you some of your light back. And you do have to have 8 spirits to get through Grandma's. If you don't, you'll have to hold the hand of a friend to get through. And this is Grandma's area. It does not rain on this side, but on the other side of the water straight ahead, it will rain. And I'm going to gather the stuff here. Grandma's table is right in here. And once every 2 hours, Grandma will actually come in. And it happened about an hour from now. She will come in and give you biscuits, and so for a few minutes you're able to get a lot of wax from her biscuits. All right, and in this area, if the red candles was in here, this is where they would be. And if it were not there, it would be on the other side where the rain is. So we'll go look over there, under that covering there. And it is there, so there is our third one right there. And instead of going through where we had found that second candle, we're going to go through this direction. It will take us to the exact same place that we were at before, or would have been if we had continued straight. Just a different spot in there. The colored wax that you get from those, you'll be able to actually dye your outfits. And I will go this direction first and check to see if the candle is in there. Sometimes there is one back here, and it is not there. It would be like right here where this is. But I will gather this, and there's some more darkness in that tree trunk over there. I will get that first. Then we'll look at the second spot in here. And if it is not in here, it will be at the temple. Actually, behind the temple. So we'll have to go through the temple first, into the garden behind it. But it is right here, so we don't need to go to the temple today. Awesome. So there is our fourth candle. Let me get this colored wax. There we go. And if you need to stop the rain in this area, if you've got things you need to do, you don't have to light all of those. You can fly straight over here. And if you land here and there is a wing light that's there, and light all of the candles, that will not only activate the jellyfish to take you up to the temple, but that will stop the rain for you. And so then if you're doing some type of quest or doing spirits in here, you don't have to worry about the rain hurting you while you do it. So as you see, now there is no rain. So I'm not getting hurt flying around, like trying to do the spirit here that hides, where you have to walk through the water and everything else with the rain. That does hurt when you're trying to do that. So it makes it much easier to get through this area without getting hurt. So I do suggest that if you need to do in this area. I think this is the only one where you can actually stop the rain in this area. But if you need to do stuff in this area, and there are like, I guess 2 or 3 spirits up at that tree house that's up on top of the rocks and stuff behind the tree, I would stop the rain before doing any of that. Or when you're looking for the orange light in this area, when you have to try to catch it, it's just easier to stop the rain first. And I'll even stop the rain when there is a black or red shard in here, because not only do you get hurt by the rocks and the crabs, but then the rain too. And so it makes it much easier to be able to survive in here without losing wing light if you stop the rain first. All right, so that takes care of that. We will hand these quests in. All right, let's change. So I can remember how to change the. There we go. It won't do it on level 4 anymore. Okay. Oops. Once you hand in your quests, you can sit up here and get your cinnamon roll. There we go. And then they will shut the bar down. And we will check our constellations from the Dear Van Gogh that's going on right now and see if we can purchase anything else. As you see, that one is purchased all the way. This one, we'll go ahead and try to purchase the first item. I don't think I can purchase the second. No. So we need to gather some more candles tomorrow, and hopefully we can purchase that second and then get up to the next level to unlock it. I have 2 spirits left that I need to gather. I also need this person, and I will have to give candles for that as well before unlocking the next level. So we're getting close to our hearts, and that Dear Van Gogh will go until October 1st. So you still have time on that. You've still got a whole nother month and to be able to do that. And you can do that here from the constellation. And when you're here, don't forget also to check to see if you have any gifts from friends, which will look like little dots around the stars if you do have gifts. So gather all your gifts, because that will help give you those hearts that you need to purchase stuff with. So check all of your constellations that you have of your friends just to see. And that takes care of all my friends. All right. And if you can check the constellation there, or you can come in here if you'd rather go in there yourself. This is the past event area in here. They moved it from the vault to in here. And this is still considered part of the vault technically, even though it's in Avery and not through the gateway. If you go into the vault where you used to come into the past event area, it will actually bring you right here. So this is technically considered part of the vault. They just moved the past event area to this location. This is where the Dear Van Gogh is, right there. Over here, you have the little princes, and that'll take you to the Starlight Desert. This one will take you to Moonin, where the little book is, to do the quest line for that. And there is a wing light in there as well. And there's a wing lights in Little Princess area also. This will take you to the Temple Mount in the Valley of Triumph, and that is for Aurora, and that is for her quest line. There are wing lights in there, but that you don't have to take this to get there. That's just a fast way to get to the temple in that gate. And over here is the 9-color deer, and that will take you to his area. And there are 3 wing lights in his area and a whole storyline in there as well. And this one will take you to where the memories used to be in the vault, and it will take you to the theater area, where there is a little lantern that you can go do the storyline for the Lost City. And that is actually when I joined the game, was the story of the 2 embers where the Lost City is. And that is where I had started playing. And there's a storyline and quest in there. And there's also a map in there. And I did show that one time on the video, how to gather that map. And in here is the storyline for Dear Van Gogh, and there is also a map in this area. You can purchase stuff over there. Here is the painting that we saw on Avery to be able to do the storyline. Over here is the map, and here are those 4 spirits that we looked at for the storyline. And one of the items I purchased that shows the teapot is actually this tree and the little table. You can actually sit down, drink some tea, and chat with other players at this little table, just like that. So that is kind of cool. And I did purchase that tree with the hearts. These 2 spirits over here are the ones that I still need, and that's what I had just purchased right here, that item. So this one is the spirit that I have not purchased the other 2 items from yet. So you don't have to come in here to get that, but you can if you want to. But in here is where that storyline is for all the paintings. As you see, once you finish the storyline, the paintings are hung up, and it becomes just a place where you can go look at all the paintings, and it tells about it and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, you can chat using the table. I'll show you. And I just showed how you could. I've got one. I'll take it out and I'll show you. Because I have used it to chat. Alright, so let's go over here. Let me get my table out. Sometimes it's hard to get it to show the square, or mine, PlayStation, it's a square. Here, as you see, little teapot. Alright, let's find a spot to set it up. Try to get away from some of these people. Too many people. Okay, let's put it right there. And if you sit, drink the tea, and then the little chat bubble shows up, and there's your chat. So yes, you can say chat with people if they sit down with you. As you see, now it has the chat above my head saying hello. So people can join you and chat at the table. Yes, you do have to drink the tea first before that chat bubble will appear. Before it gives you the option to choose the square to chat, it'll show the little chat bubble above your head after you click on it to be able to type. You're welcome. That's not the only table I have like that. I think that's the cutest table I have, though. The other table I have is from Halloween, and I'll show you that. That's the Witch's Cauldron. And with that one, when you put the Witch's Cauldron out, you have to light the fire before it will give you the option for the seats. And sometimes getting it just right is harder with this one, especially when it's uneven ground like this. I have to get rid of my candle too, because it won't let you have a candle in your hand. There's the seat option. And then there's my drink. And the chat bubble appears. And there you go. So yes, if you notice, after I drink the tea, a little chat bubble will appear above my head, and then I can chat. So that is the other option that I have for tables to carry. And sometimes I will take this if I'm doing like grandma's, because I don't have like a regular little pot to be able to do. Like these, not sure what they call them. They're not cauldrons, but these little fire things here. Most people have those, and I really love those, but I don't have one of those. I wish I did. Let me put my cauldron away. Oh, sure. I can be your friend on Sky. Just send me a DM with your Sky code. I can add people until I run out of friend spots. I think there are a certain amount that you're allowed to have. And once I run out, then I won't be able to add anymore. So whoever puts it in there first, yes, I will add you. A certain spirit. I'm not sure which spirit it is. Someone told me one time, and I don't remember who it was. They did tell me which spirit had that. It's just, I can't remember. But I do want to get one of those. In the meantime, I use this, which it lights, it gives me energy slowly. It's not as fast as like my lantern. My lantern does not give me wing light energy though. So if I'm trying to reach high places and I need energy for myself, I have to carry this with me. But if I'm with someone else, I will carry my lantern, which is this right here. And with the lantern, oops, if I can get out of here. You've got two choices on it. It has like a focus beam, as you see right there, where the beam focuses. Or you can hit a different button and it does it all the way around. It makes the whole area brighter. It's hard to see when in bright areas. I did do that yesterday in the dark cave to show people how bright that light really is. And that really helps in places like Eden when you're trying to get through some of those areas where it's dark. That really comes in handy trying to get through Eden. So I usually do carry that in Eden with me. But it does not give me wing light energy. It does give other people energy, just not me. So if you're with someone and you're holding hands, or they have you on their shoulders, you take that lamp out and it keeps their wing light energy up so that they can fly higher to like the peaks to get the wing light up to the top of the peak. Or anything like that. It also stays lit underwater, which candles do not stay lit underwater. And if someone uses a candle trying to help someone light their wings, if they flap hard to fly, it takes that light out. And this does not turn off even if they're flying and everything else. So if you are helping someone else and you have that lantern, then, you know, always take the lantern with you to help them, because that will keep their wing light up. But if you're soloing, like I do a lot, I take this with me, which gives me energy. Now, if I had one of those little things I could set down like that to get wing light, that is so much faster than what energy this gives back. If you notice, here I'll fly up for a second and lose some of my wing light. If I can get away from the butterflies who will try to replenish it, I'll try to show you how slow it gives it back to you. All right. Now, if you see, it is replenishing it, but it is slow. So it does take time to get your wing light energy back by using the torch. But at least it's one thing I do have that gives me wing light energy if I need it. So I do carry it with me when I'm trying to get places. Like if I go to the peak and I'm not using one of my other accounts and being on the shoulder of my other account with the lantern, then I will use this and do it myself. And I'll just stand on a peak and get my energy back and then continue on to the next spot. Yes, and that's what I was saying. You can use a candle, but there are disadvantages to using the candle. Number one, the candle goes out underwater. Number two, if they start flying, before I got the lantern, I would be on the shoulders of my friend. If you're doing hands, like holding hands before you can do each other's shoulders, that light candle will go out the second they take off flying, and you'll have to keep trying to reignite that candle constantly. With the lantern, it does not go out no matter how hard they fly or anything like that. Going underwater, none of that will affect the lantern. So that is why the lantern is absolutely awesome. As you saw, it gave me back all my wing light now. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit that. There we go. So that is an advantage of that. Now, I think there is an option to turn all these extra people off. Does that do it? Yes. That will take all of the people out of your instance away, so you can't see all those people. Deep honks, they do a little bit, but they're not, no. When you have a candle lit, that will help to regenerate a little bit faster. But like I said, that lantern, it almost keeps their full energy the whole time. They'll lose a little bit, but it regenerates it so much faster. And yes, I did get that torch from a tournament. I think it was during the winter season, somewhere around there. Yes. Any other questions anyone has? Oh, yes, I do too. I absolutely love the game. I like a couple of things about it. First off, that this is an MMO that is multi-platform as well, and there's not many multi-platform MMOs. So I think that is absolutely awesome. But the one thing I like about this, flying is absolutely fun. I love that. And the other thing I like about it is that it's not like other MMOs where you have to battle mobs, you have to battle bosses. Sometimes there's PvP in other games, all that kind of stuff. You don't have any of that in this game. This is more of a fun adventure type storyline game as far as I'm concerned. In this game, oh, thank you. I appreciate the gift. In this game, instead of doing bosses and stuff like that, you have like daily quests, which we just did. You've got candle runs, which people go through every gate and gather all the wax and candles in every gate, and they call those candle runs because there's a bunch of candles in all the different gates. And so people will go on candle runs trying to get as many candles as possible. Some people go to grandma's every couple of hours until their candles are full. Some people will go before grandma's. They'll go to the polluted geyser. Then they'll go to grandma's. Then they'll go to the turtle, back where the polluted geyser is, but a little bit over from the island. So, you know, they'll do that like 2 or 3 times in a day, and then your candles for the day will be completely full and you won't be able to get any more. And for that, if you look at the candles, the little chevrons to the right of my candles, that will show you how many candles that you have left. Once it's down to 0 chevrons, you're not going to get any more wax from those candles for the day. So you can max out on your wax. And so people will go do those candle runs or I never even had to do the candle runs. I would just go do grandma's and the geyser 2 to 3 times a day. Sometimes you wouldn't even have to do the whole third one. If you gathered other candles, you wouldn't even have to do it but twice. And by the second time, you would be maxed on your candles. So that is pretty cool if you ask me. And I forgot to look and see what my thing was I purchased from that spirit. I don't know if it was in here. I've already looked at it. Was it that? No, that was a laptop. That was from something else. What in the world is that? Oh, that's the float. Okay. That's the crab float from the Days of Sunshine that we just did. Okay. Well, I am not seeing what that thing was that I had just gotten from that spirit. Normally it lights up one of these to let you know when you have something new. And I guess because I looked in there, I don't know, it's not showing now. It was, let me see if I can find which item it was. It was that item right there. Oh, that was just level 2 painting. Okay, or level 3 painting. Okay. All right, so it wasn't an item. And level 4 will be up there. So that was just an action, a meme, whatever you want to call these little action emotes. That's what they're called, emotes. There we go. That's level 1. Let's see. Let's go back and change it to level 3, if I can remember how to do that. There we go. That's level 2, you're standing. And level 3. And that's for level 3. This is all for Dear Van Gogh, so it has to do with painting, drawing, that kind of stuff. So that is level 3. Yeah. They usually make a difference between them, so there's usually something different. Like, you know, I don't know. You can never tell sometimes. Like the bowing, that's level 1, level 2, or actually level That's level 2. It goes too quickly sometimes. There's 4. So it's hard to tell on some of these. Some you can really tell a difference in them because it changes completely. And others it doesn't. Like, I think it's this one. Oh, no, it's not that one. Where is it? Oh, I like the jellyfish one. And there's 2. You get little bubbles. Level 3 does a sort of a different little dance thing there. And level 4, you get bubbles along with it. So different levels have different things. So yeah, extra sparkly. Well, it does bubbles instead of the other too. So it changes on some things. Let's see if we can do it up closer so you can see it a little bit better where it's not so bright. My screen is my computer screen is not as bright as it shows in there. All right, that may be better to see. Whoops, get back in there. All right, there's level 1. There is no sparkly or nothing, just hopping. Level 2, she does a different type of dance. Level 3, wait. I guess level 2 and 3 are the same. Because there's 2. Oh, there's 2. Sorry, there's 2. 2, she does it with the jumping up and having sparklies. 3 changes the song. And then level 4, you get bubbles along with that song. Yeah, that is a good spot to see stuff better. So, is there any other questions anybody else has? Yeah, bubbles. I like the bubbles. I think it's cute. It's just like the one where you levitate. I like the one where it does the cloud, which I think is level 4. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining along with me today. I had a wonderful time with you guys. Thank you for the questions, the gifts. Thank you for sharing and liking. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow on our next adventure of Sky Children of the Light. You guys have a wonderful day. You take care too.